it's an honor to, I think for Noah, when he truly does the homework to understand what Sam Ard was and what Sam Ard meant to stock car racing, he'll really appreciate it more. And I do feel like that, anytime you can match some of those records from some of the legends in the sport, like Sam Ard, it's a great thing. We're so far removed from those guys. It's nice every once in a while just to hear their names in the conversation. So I take a lot of pride in that as an owner. But I think Noah's done all the hard work to get here. I don't think many of us thought he was Cup ready a year or two ago, and he's gotten there. So definitely has all the things around him that's been able to show what kind of a great driver he could be. Luke as a crew chief and all the other things that he has around him really has put him in a great position to grow. And so he's been able to grow without losing that style that we all like. And not everybody may know how to take Noah all the time, but he is so unique that it's severely needed, right? In any kind of in any sport, you need personalities, and he's certainly an incredible personality. So he's a great asset to the sport going forward, and he seems, the whole team really seems buckled down and ready to try to capitalize on the opportunity to win a championship this year before they move up.
Go to Holly, then Justin, then Rob.
Hi, Dale. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about the way your team is peaking exactly when you want it to, with all four of these young guys in there, and I'm considering Justin young too compared to me, but just talk about that.
Cars have just been fast all year. I don't know if I'd say we're really peaking, but one thing's unique about it, I think, is that we've been able to hold this edge. Usually teams, even like ours, get really strong, but it's very short-lived, and there's a lot of ebb and flow between the organizations in the Cup Series and in Xfinity Garage. And maybe in the Xfinity Garage it is possible for a lot of teams to get strong and stay strong, kind of control the whole season, whereas in the Cup Garage it seems to go in a much shorter rotation between strength and performance from organization to organization. So I've just been sitting here enjoying it while it lasts, and you don't know whether that performance gain or advantage you have goes away tomorrow or it's going to go away after the year. But obviously we feel pretty happy about everything, but you don't go into the next weekend assuming that advantage is going to be there. So but I will say this, Noah's won 4 in a row, and I don't think that he was the best car in all 4. In the last 2, he actually was just in the right place at the right time when the best cars eliminated themselves one way or another. And so I think that's a great sign of just maturity, not only in Noah but the whole team to be there for those opportunities. And but then go out there when you can just straight up whoop them, right, like you did today. But those days will come. But it's awesome to win when you're just in the right place at the right time as well. That's how you get these 7 win seasons is by being smart. And so hopefully we can make all. I think for me, the speed's in the cars, and now it's up to each driver, really the drivers who are on the track, to go out there and make the right decisions, make smart decisions, and understand how to race and how to points race, how to race for wins when necessary, and make all those decisions. I mean, really the teams are putting them in position to succeed with the cars, and it comes down to just making the right choices on the track to make it happen.
We'll go to Justin, Rob, and then Caleb.
Yeah, Justin Schuler, Kicking the Tires. Junior, you're a huge advocate to the history of this sport. It's no question about that. So I guess 2 parts to this question. You came close to 4 in a row back in '99 when you went, I believe it was Dover, South Boston, and then Watkins Glen, and that was surrounded by a 2nd and 3rd. So I guess maybe kind of share that memory if you can, and then just what Sam Arden means to the sport as a whole, considering Noah just accomplished that feat.
Yeah, I think that we should absolutely, recognize Sam and how great he was, and we really lost Sam right in the peak of his greatness, right, when he had his crash and injury. But we don't know, how much more he might have accomplished in the next several years. But because I think he won those 4 in a row in '83, and so I think it's really important for us to always make sure that people are aware. A lot of the younger fans, drivers, everybody that comes through the garage and industry understands all they can about some of the names and the history of the sport. So, like I said, it's great to hear Sam's name just being talked about because throughout this last week of the potential of Noah tying him. So I know that probably makes Sam's family very happy to hear him discussed in any way, right? So I do remember when I won 3 in a row, we had a terrible first half of the year, and that really kind of kick-started our second year to try to run for that championship. We weren't really doing all the things right. I wasn't doing everything right. We go on a 3-win streak, and it just seemed like from that moment on we were propelled into the second championship. So having done so well or done so good in '98, we expected more in '99, and it took us a while to get going, and I don't know what that was about, but to win 3 in a row, I think the Watkins Glen win was really a big shock because of who we raced with at the end of there. But I'm proud of Noah. No reason he can't go out there and set the record for 5, right? I think he feels so confident. There's so much momentum. Luke. He is amazing, and we are so lucky to have him. If he moves on next year, we are just such a lucky organization to have had him for this single season. And so, I'm excited to see what they can accomplish moving forward. I think that, this is, I felt like, Allgaier might be in the best position of our 4 guys with the experience he has, but gosh, Noah just keeps on going. And I think that the strength in that team is got to be concerning for everyone, not just, our guys, but everybody, Gibbs and everyone.
We'll go to Rob.
I think for the first, so all year long, all the people that I've worked with at NBC have been telling me that Junior Motorsports is the best team, and I keep thinking to myself, man, when I watch the lap times and when I watch the races, I think that 54 car is the best. I just couldn't ever get comfortable. But I feel like maybe today was a moment where I finally felt like one of our cars might be the best car in the series. And so that's finally feeling real, where my booth mates and teammates at NBC have kind of been saying that all year. I just haven't felt it in my gut till today.
Rob Teoxen from the podiumfinish.net. Congratulations, Dale, on another win here for JR Motorsports. 2 questions for you. What's it like to be a positive catalyst, having all these successful talents who will eventually make their way to the Cup Series, be it drivers or pit crew members? And secondly, how special would it be to make all 4 teams make it to the round of 8 and eventually the championship 4?
Well, that would be an impossibility, I think, to get all 4 there. That's what you hope to happen, but just with everything that just went on today, you can see how circumstances and mistakes and missteps and things like that can take you out of contention. And all our teams are so different from just the experience of the drivers, right? We got a very young driver in Sam, and then we have Josh that's 30 years old, got a lot of experience, but also new to this series, new to any kind of playoff system. Justin is the old veteran that you would think that would have it all figured out by now and make all the right moves. And then Noah's just on fire, right? Just everywhere he goes, he's blazing a trail. How long will that last, right? How long will till the fuel in the tank runs out? How long can he keep that momentum going? But so the teams for me are so unique. Although they're from the same organization, they're very different in personality. I think that it's fun to give people an opportunity to succeed. It's fun. I can't wait for Cup teams to call to hire our guys. And I know it might sound crazy, but that's kind of like winning a race. When somebody calls and says, I like this person and want to bring them up to the next level. I look at our team and our series as kind of like the AAA or the college level. And so we want them to move up. We want them to graduate. We want to be place that is the springboard that gives people the best opportunity, because that means if they see that as a pipeline, they come to us. The good people come to us because they see us as the opportunity for them to make that next step. And so that gives us, even though we have a lot of turnover at times, that gives us so much opportunity to bring in great people, because they know that we're an access route to where they eventually want to be. And that's a cup level. You can't ignore that all the people that are there, most of them for the most part, want to go to Cup. Now some of them love to be where they are and want to be with us and have done the Cup thing and kind of enjoy being in the Xfinity garage and the culture there. But and we also try to be that same asset to Hendrick Motorsports, you know, a place where they can kind of keep their individuals in-house without losing them to other organizations. You know, you got an engineer that wants to be a crew chief, and he's getting opportunities outside the building. Well, you can send him to us, and we can give him that crew chief experience and opportunity that he desires so badly. And that might keep him in the organization when the opportunity does open up at the Cup level that he's looking for, and it's at Hendrick, right? And they haven't lost him in that information, that talent. So that's kind of what we strive to be as a company in terms of being a farm team.
I'll go to Caleb and Jerry.
Caleb Bessel, SpeedwayDigest.com. Dale, another fun fact. Noah also repeated what Harry Gant did back in '91, winning 4 straight wins in September. Does that add any more significance to this win today?
I think it's a coincidence, but you know, like I said, I hope Noah can go out there and win 5 in a row and just keep on winning. You know, that's the hope. But everything one day at a time, especially with that guy, right? He's they're going to go to Cole. You can ask him about this when he comes in here. They're going to go to Cole Swindell tonight playing at Billy Bob's, and we FaceTime Cole from Victory Lane. And I said, you better drag him up on stage. But I'd forgot he's got a Cup race tomorrow. So I said, and then I text Cole back. I said, hey, remember, he's got a Cup race tomorrow. Okay, we can't have him shotgunning a bunch of beers up there. But so he's still got some challenges in the day left over. He's still got some hurdles and navigating to do. But he's going to send his guys and try to get everybody a cowboy hat over at the strip mall and go to Cole Swindell tonight, and they're going to have fun. I got my wife and kids here, so I'm going to skip the concert and the Billy Bob's and all that. But I had my day, you know, and but I love how they're going to go celebrate as a team. You know, even though he does have this massive responsibility tomorrow, he's going to be there for his guys and make sure they have a great time.
We're going to go to Jerry, Raphael, and then Elliot.
Jerry Jordan, kicking the tires on that. Somebody got my other question, but I wasn't going to ask anything until you kind of confused me just a second ago. You say you like being a feeder team. Sounds like you're backtracking from any potential Cup team now. Is that? Are you still wanting to go that route at some point?
We always have looked at, you know, how can we get to Cup, and I think Kelly said it best recently that we're still kind of 50-50 on how to get there. I think if the opportunity presents itself, we're ready to make you know, we're ready to buy a charter if the right opportunity presents itself. Not everybody out there has just got charters laying around to sell, and you know, every charter that is for sale has a lot of strings attached and a lot of baggage to it, and they don't want to sell all the charter. They want to sell part of the charter. It's just a real murky, muddy system, right? And so it's not just like you can just go make it happen or pull the switch. And so it's, but we are actually closer, I think, than we've ever been to, you know, to making that decision or making that change or that choice. And there's not been a day in the last 2 years that Kelly hasn't done something to move us in that direction. I mean, she's met, if you can name me anybody in the industry, she's met with them about this. We're looking to understand how, when, where, and all the possibilities, and sifting through the truth and the rumors and who's really ready to get down to business, sifting through everybody's got, you know, everybody that owns a charter wants, you know, a lot of money for it, and you know, there's just a lot of challenges to it. But there's not I mean, every day we're like looking to go in that direction. It just has to, you know, it has to come together, and it hasn't yet. And I think at this point, it won't come together for next year. You know, it'll have to be, you know, the next year. And then you have the agreement and all that coming together, the new TV thing and all that. So many moving parts that affect our ability to move to that next level. It's crazy, you know. Years ago, you just build a car and go race, and that ain't the case anymore. Yeah.
Got a Raphael in the front.
Congrats, Dale. Raphael with Arconic. My question for you is, you know, today we've heard a lot of talk about what should happen with Texas Motor Speedway. What are your thoughts? What are your guys saying about it?
Well, I don't know that I've heard a lot of opinions, to be honest with you. But so here's the reality of the situation. I talked about this on the qualifying and practice show for the Cup Series. Basically, I would assume that the grandstands are going to stay, and the condos in Turn 2 aren't going anywhere. I doubt the Big Hoss is going anywhere. So whatever you're going to do has got to fit in this footprint. So a half a mile short track is not happening, and a 2.5 mile super speedway is not happening. So whatever happens has to kind of fit basically where the track is now. So with those parameters, what do you do with this track as it is in this, you know, this footprint? Do you know, honestly, I think that, in my opinion, I would either do one of two options, and I'm scared to put these out here, but I would revert back to the original configuration in Turn 1 and 2. I'd leave Turn 3 and 4 the way it's been. I might not even touch the track and wait till what I see tomorrow. This race is going to run in 100-degree temperatures during the middle of the day. Most of the races that we don't like here happen at night. Let's see what this racetrack looks like during the afternoon. Everybody might love it. You know, we could have, you know, a great race tomorrow and everybody go, well, now what do we do? But I would either, you know, see after the race, if we don't have a good race tomorrow and there's still conversation or momentum behind making a change, I would first probably go back to the way the place was before they changed 1 and 2. Or, I mean, they could just repave the treated part of the racetrack. They could leave the bottom 2 grooves the way they are and literally just pave the upper grooves that have been treated, and that new asphalt would have more grip, more speed. Guys would be running up there to find that. You would basically have the racetrack you have now, but without the treatment on it, because I think the treatment is a long-term problem. We put this on the track and it grips, and that's great, but I think long-term we're not going to want this stuff on our surface, and it's reapplying. It's got to be kind of affecting the asphalt in a negative way. And so you see guys go up there and they're like, I can't get it. I can't mess with it until we activate it, till we run in it, till we make it hot and grippy. But I think over a long period of time, you don't want to be putting these things on the surface of your racetrack. And so, but that's just my thoughts on it. And my thoughts kind of evolve and change every day, it seems like, and I think tomorrow we're going to have even more opinions about it, depending on how the race is. It could be a great race, could be an awesome race. I mean, I don't know how y'all felt about today's race. Thought it was pretty interesting, but hot and slick racetrack, cars sliding around, but where the track is treated is a dominant space, right? And I don't think I don't love that. So I wonder where we might be today with this track untreated. Entirely untreated ever, you know, right? For there was nothing out there. I wonder what kind of race we'd have saw today, but that's hindsight. And but that's basically what I think about it. I don't think that anybody. I know that Marcus would love to put Atlanta 2.0 here, and I don't think that happens. I really don't believe that that's what's going to happen. I know a lot of drivers, aren't really going to love that at all, and so. I don't think anybody wants another Atlanta. You know, I like this. I think that Parker Klingerman said it best today. I was talking to him. He said, this place should be different than anything else. Not like Atlanta, not like anything. Come to Texas because Texas only offers X, Y, Z, right? And that's a great way to think about it going in. How can you offer something that you don't get anywhere else? And so I'd start there.
We'll go to Elliot. Right behind you, Elliot.
Elliot Stern, Santa Maria Times. Back to Noah, now 4 in a row. The next race with his personality, does the pressure mount, or does he look forward to this is just going to be a lot of fun? Because, I mean, the pressure can really get to you.
Yeah.
You know, he's won so many, and he's won 7 on the year, and it's playoffs.
I don't think that it'd bother him. I think he does get nervous. I think he does feel pressure, but I think the way he acts is sort of his way of sort of getting that out. You know, getting that nervous energy away. You know, you saw him at pre-race during the Countdown to Green show, and he's on the stage for the intros, and he's just dancing around doing his thing, and the guys sitting around him are like, "What the hell?" Ryan Sieg's sitting next to him, almost embarrassed to be on camera, because Noah's being so goofy. And so I think he just knows how to sort of release all that nervous energy in those moments when the pressure can build up and the pressure can get to you. And so maybe we'll see him be more, full of more antics, right? I don't know. He kind of changes. You'll see him one race and he's like, buckle down and serious, it's time to get down to business. And then the next race he's goofy, before the race he's acting goofy, and totally, it's whatever. He's unique, man, and he beats to his own drum. And I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about the moment being too big, for this guy. I feel like that he loves to be in the middle of the big moments. Like he loves that attention, and he's ready to do something big in front of a big, a crowd that's paying attention, right? I think that suits him.
All right, Dale. Well,
All
thanks
right,
for
thank
joining
y'all.
us. Congratulations.
I thought he would be here by now.
He is